Alright fellas, I'm here changing blower motor, but before I could change the blower motor, I got to change I gotta wash the coil. The blower wheel. I would say that thing is dirty. So I'm gonna get this thing taken apart. Some handy dandy drill. Got those two screws out. And then I'll take these two out. So, got those taken out. Let's set these right here on this bumper of this vehicle. Now, so you can see right there how dirty it is. So, we're going to blast this out with some water. Look at that. Look at that. Well, that'll sure mess your superheat up. That'll mess your pressures up. So, this is a great reason right here to check superheat. If you walk up on one and you put your gauges on one and you don't check your superheat, you'll have about a 50-pound suction maybe, and you'll have a 0-degree superheat. So when you come up on something like that, you need to be checking the blower wheel, the coil, all that other stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna get the coil cleaner out, start spraying it down. Alright, so I got it sprayed off with coil cleaner. Y'all probably think I like getting the water hose out doing this stuff. I really don't, but gotta do what you gotta do. This is the only way to clean stuff that's dirty. You can't clean them in place. You gotta pull them all out, and you have to take water to pressure to it. Look at that. There's no amount of brushing, no amount of vacuuming is going to get this blower wheel clean. The only thing that's going to get it clean is water and some sort of degreaser. I use foamy coil cleaner, the root beer stuff, and it does really good. And now look inside here. So I'm going to get this all cleaned up and put everything back together. Put the new motor in it, and we'll go in there and talk about the motor. That is the pile of stuff that came out of that blower wheel. Look at that. It almost looks like a cow patty. Well, fellas, I washed that other blower wheel and I found a messed up vane, so I had to go get a new one. Sucked. No, I'm just joking. This is that blower wheel. You can tell because of the sticker, but it does look new again. So, but anyway, so that's the motor. I'm going to show you something. This come off a train furnace. I want you to see how flimsy this thing is. Look at that. So, it's pretty flimsy. I can't believe. Look at that. Alright fellas, so here is the old motor. It's a 1/3 horsepower, 5.8 amps, 1075 RPM. Well, this thing is locked. I cannot even turn it. So, called the supply house, they said they had a 3rd horsepower, 5.0 amps, 1075 RPM motor. And I said, well, can't do that. So what I did is I had to go up in horsepower to half horsepower, 6.5 amps. Going up in horsepower is okay, as long as your amps are pretty close. So, but you really, if you try to put a motor in with lower amp rating, you'll be coming back to it. So, so definitely, if you don't have the right amp rating, put the next horsepower up in, and you will be fine. Alright, so I got my new motor out unboxed, and you see it comes with studs on here, and that's for a different way of mounting it. So what I'm gonna do is I just take my channel locks and just break that stud off of there, and I'll do those 4 or those other 3, and we'll be good. Alright, so we got the motor in there, blades tight, or the blower wheel is tight, and all lined up. Now I'll show you something. See the little cups in this blower wheel? As they get dirtier, what happens is these cups actually catch the air and throws it, and as they get dirtier, as it fills up, it stops throwing the air like it's supposed to. So that's why it's extremely important to keep, if you got low superheat, you need to check everything. Blower wheel, coil, all airflow, you gotta check it all. And this right here will get you if you don't check it. So now we're getting ready to put this motor back in the slot. Before you, when you pull the motor out, what you need to do is really crawl down inside there, shine your light up and look at the coil. This was kind of dirty. It's not that bad though, but it's good enough where it's not gonna make a big difference. Alright, last but not least, all it takes is one time of putting the wrong size filter in the unit, and then everybody else will follow the same. So make sure, if it calls for a 16 by 25, you do not put a 14 by 25 in it. That is what killed the motor. So 16 by 25, 14 by 25. Alrighty then. That is it. Thanks for watching. Alright fellas, one last thing before I take off. Look at that. This thing's not even in the pump. And this thing has been like this for no telling how long. So I'm going to cut it. Put a 45 or a coupling or something to make it look right. But I can't move it over anymore because my flow switch wire is too tight, so we'll fix it. Alright, so I know it doesn't look very good, but you know what? It's in the pump now, and none of the kids down here can kick the pump out of the way and flood the basement. So one little 45 fixed that problem. Anyway, so before you leave, kind of look around the job and see what you got. Save somebody a service call or a flooded basement later on in the future.